Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the post-match show. Hopefully, you enjoyed that intro. That is a brand new thing we have just recently gotten. Figured we'd debut it here tonight. It'll be the intro, outro from now on. As always, I am Chris, and as always, I am joined by my co-host here, Irish Tommy. Mate, I think I know how you're feeling. I think I can speak for not just you, myself, but all West Ham fans, but I am buzzing. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, pretty much the same. That was just a brilliant performance. Like Tielemans being or Jose Perez getting sent off. It was just a top class performance. And coming into the game, you're aware Leicester are a very good side. They're going to be looking to push again this season for a Champions League spot. We've just completely done them again. I don't know what it is with Leicester, but we just have their number. We played them. We just spanked 3 or 4 goals past them. Last 2 times we played them, it was 3, 4 tonight. Just the whole performance. First half, obviously, and second half were very different because of the dynamic was different with them having 10 men for the entire second half. But just absolutely put them to the sword, and it was actually brilliant to watch. It was just brilliant to watch. This is seemingly a new West Ham. The fear maybe was that last season was a little bit of a flash in the pan. We just had one of those great seasons and wouldn't sustain it. 2 games in, you have to say it's looking good.
I mean, we're top of the league, so I mean, there's no arguing with that. But yeah, so for those of you who somehow didn't notice or didn't know, and also for future reference, West Ham come away with the victory tonight, 4-1 over Leicester City.
Just having a little trouble.
Is it lagging?
A little bit. It's not too bad.
I apologize, everyone. My internet here sucks. I will be relocating to a new apartment in a couple months, so Wi-Fi will be better then for sure. But yeah, in the meantime, brilliant, like you said, brilliant performance. This is definitely a new look West Ham. It definitely feels like we've continued on from last season. And for me, at least, watching this, I know it's early days, only 2 matches in, but I feel like we could potentially be watching something special this season if everything goes according to plan and everyone stays at least somewhat fit.
Yeah, the those extra games. We'll see how we handle, Thursday, Sunday games. That remains to be seen. But at the moment, it's just Premier League, and we're absolutely flying. I mean, we've hit the ground running. Remember, we lost our first 2 games last season, and still went on to have a very so confident in the players. It's carried through from last season. It was a team that knew they had beaten Leicester put 3 goals past Leicester twice last season, beat them 3-0 and 3-2.
I think we scored. I think we beat them 4 goals once.
I put 4 goals past them tonight.
I thought we did once last season too. I could be wrong.
No, that was Wolves.
Oh, you're right. You were right. Yep.
Yeah, we beat them 3-0 away, actually, Leicester, and 3-2 at home. We were 3-0 up in the home game as well, and they brought it back to 3-2. Got a bit squeaky bum towards the end, but in typical West Ham fashion. Fear tonight that, oh shit, here we go again. When Tielemans pulled it back to 2-1, and you're like, oh geez, West Ham, don't do this. But the way the players, that's one of the things that was brilliant tonight. The way the players responded to conceding a goal. I mean, they just completely took control of the game again, got a complete stranglehold in it. I never got a look in again. It's just an amazing performance, and top of the league.
Yeah.
Only 2 games though, but we're top of the league. And like, I'm trying to think back to when when I felt like we're going to score a goal. Scoring, it's been long time since we were real free scoring. Maybe the 15-16 season when we had Payet. We scored a lot of goals that season. Not since. And I feel like almost every game we go into, maybe there's an exception or two, if you're away at City or something. Every week, you feel like we're going to bag a couple of goals.
Yeah.
And it's great to see. We're not just, we're not dour. Even though in first half, we get behind the ball and we defended first and played on the counter, allowed Leicester possession, but we're not dour. We're not hard to watch. When we win the ball back, we're not just hoofing it down the field. We're counter-attacking really well. I mean, they're extremely well drilled, and we're just so dangerous in the counter-attack. So it's just great to see. We're actually really good to watch. And under Moyes, we thought maybe it wouldn't be that. And certainly there is an industrial element to us. But we've got flair too, and we've got skilled players, and we've got ballers in that team, and we saw that tonight. So exciting times, definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't go without, or it goes without saying, Said Benrahma so far this season has been one to watch. I think he's starting to step into the potential that we all knew he had.
Yeah, great to see. He looks a bit bulkier too. I think we spoke about it last season, Chris. I
Yes.
mentioned that he looks a bit lightweight. Needs to get in the weight room, needs to get on the right diet, and just bulk up, increase his upper body strength to him in the Premier League, and he's clearly done that over the summer. He looks stronger. His form is excellent. He looks like a player who's absolutely determined that this is going to be his season, that he's going to force the manager to play him every week. He started both games, and he hasn't been kind of hauled off.
No.
To get hauled off. It was almost inevitable. You knew when the board was going up, it was going to be Benrahma getting hooked. But he looks like he means business this season, Benrahma. And it's a very promising start from him. We have to say he looks really dangerous when he's in and he gets the ball in around our opponent's box, and you can catch your breath a little bit, and you think, right, what's he going to do? He looks really good, and let's hope that he continues this on and continues to improve, because we still haven't even seen the best of Benrahma, in my opinion. I think he'll get better and better as the season goes on.
Yeah.
More of a threat. So I'm really looking forward to see what's coming down the tracks from Benrahma. Been very impressed with him the first two games.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And as Mark says as well, Fornals as well, phenomenal first half.
Well player.
Yeah. I already know your answer to this, Tommy. Curious to see other people's. I think I have a genuine or a general answer or assumption, but red or no red?
Oh, that's a Stonewall red card every single time. You can even hear it like when it showed on the replay in the stadium on our giant, biggest digital screen in Europe. Everyone could see it very clear. Even Leicester fans probably went, yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Look, they won't even appeal it. Let's put it that way.
No.
They're not going to appeal that. They know that's a Stonewall red card. Funny thing is, I didn't realize at first. When you saw it in real time, ref will probably just have a word, give us a free kick, when we go on. And you see the replay, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. That's a horrific challenge. It really is. That's a leg-breaking challenge. Fornals is very, very lucky that he didn't get his leg broken tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. As well, the one thing I will say about that whole situation, though, is it's borderline criminal that the ref didn't call anything right then and there with his vantage point on it. Even if it was just a foul or a yellow card, and then they go to VAR, the fact that he didn't even blow the whistle at all at first was, after seeing that it was red, borderline criminal.
So you just it was buffering there for a second.
Yeah, a couple.
Am I dropping out as well? Am I freezing as
I
well?
think it might. My internet said it's been pretty strong. It might be yours, or it might be both of ours, but for a bit. Um, anyone in the chat, let us know
I'm not
which
sure.
one
I
is
thought
it.
it was you.
Yeah, let us know in the chat which
Yeah,
one.
just let us know in the chat if you're losing if I'm losing my signal because I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, it's actually astonishing, Wally. To be fair, that how he's not injured. How he's not at least injured. If in the game like nothing happened, it's astonishing that he hasn't been injured by that. It was. Oh, I didn't realize I was lagging a little.
Yeah. Okay, so I was switching Wi-Fi. Yeah, everyone's saying it must be you. Okay, good to know. I was switching Wi-Fi, thinking it was me, but okay.
Yeah,
Um,
let me just see what I'm on here. Let me just see if I can.
yeah, absolutely. If you drop off, I'll continue on for a few minutes.
Yeah, are you seeing me drop off?
I've been having you kind of buffer yourself a little bit, but I didn't know if it was just because of bad internet connection on my end or not.
I'm okay. Just try something here, Chris. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I might drop out just for a minute, but this might be worth doing in a second now.
You still here? All right, everyone. So Tommy will be back in just a second. It seems like his internet's going down, but yeah, want to get everyone's immediate thoughts in the chat. If for those of you who are here, who was your man of the match right away? I would have to say for me, Michail Antonio, just due to his performance as well as the record scoring nature, and it looks like Tommy is back.
Yes, hopefully minus the lag. So let me know in the chat if it's better if I've stopped lagging.
You're better on my end so far.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I think I have it taken care of. So sorry, I missed your question there.
I was asking chat, which no one's responded yet, but who would be your man of the match for today?
It's only one man, isn't it? It's Mikel Antonio. Just had an unbelievable game. When he's good, okay. When he's in that kind of form, he's just kind of unplayable. His Moyes wasn't playing, Neil. Sorry, that's cheating.
The political answer.
Yeah, but no, look, we'll talk about Moyes, don't worry. But I get your point, Neil. But on the pitch, it was Mikel Antonio. There's no question. Soyuncu is going to cry himself to sleep tonight. He was just abused by Antonio for 19 plus minutes. I can't believe he stayed on the pitch the entire game. They had the likes of Vestergaard there that could have brought in.
Vestergaard was injured.
Oh, was he injured? Oh, geez,
Yeah,
that would have
that's
just
why he
brought.
wasn't playing.
But whatever centre back they had on the bench, they should have tried him because, um, he was just getting abused and he was having a really bad night. It was all up in his head. At one point, he almost scored an own goal because he was so terrified of where Antonio was when the ball came in. He just completely mishit the clearance, and thankfully for him, it cleared the crossbar. But yeah, it was just outrageous what Antonio did tonight. So I mean, he was man of the match. There's no question. I mean, especially as well, he's now our leading Premier League goal scorer. So a milestone for him tonight. So
And also, let's not forget the celebration of the season.
yeah, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. He's such a character. I absolutely love Antonio.
He's so creative with it because that was he was the one who came up with that. But my favorite part about it, I saw someone on Twitter say that Agent Darren Randolph is coming out with cardboard cutouts now as well, since he was the one who brought it out for him.
Yeah, no, that was a brilliant moment. And you have to be happy for Antonio.
Oh yeah,
brilliant character, as Mark is saying there. Brilliant character. Jesus Christ, I'll tell you what, if he could stay fit for the season, I mean, he's just a nightmare for centre
If he
backs.
could stay fit for the season, we have a 20+ goal scorer on our hands.
There's no question. I mean, he's a nightmare, and he's improving all the time. Actually, as a
But
number 9,
we
you know,
have
it
to hope
doesn't.
that he can hold out. Um, for one, and then two, I think more importantly for me is if he does declare for Jamaica, he doesn't play every single friendly. I think that the
No,
Europa League games are going to be enough on his body. Then you add in 14 extra. I think it's like 14 extra friendlies between now and the end of the season.
yeah, that's ridiculous. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, if it's
I still
travel,
want to bring in a striker though, to either be a partner or like a rotation player if Antonio needs a rest.
yeah, you see,
I don't think
yeah,
we need to. I don't think we need to spend 30+ million on a striker, but we need someone to come in
yeah, we need something who's as close to an Antonio clone as possible. So
with
you know,
stronger hamstrings.
yeah, someone who's big, strong, pacey, and has a decent finish that we can bring off the bench, so that if Antonio does need to come off earlier, if he picks up an injury, if he gets a suspension, that we have a prototype player who's just plug and play, and we don't have to change our style of play. Someone who can still be really effective up there and just do the things that Antonio does, holding up the ball, linking up the play, making those runs in behind, good in the air on crosses. So if we can find someone like that, someone big and strong, mobile, we need something, because you can see just how good he is, Antonio, and if he was to pick up an injury now, I mean, it would be a massive blow, because there is nobody that can do what he does,
I agree.
in the team. I mean, it's okay, you can say, yeah, we'll put Bowen up there or whatever, but it's just, it's not going to be the same, and we're not going to be able to do the same things that we do when Antonio's in the team. We're not going to be as effective up front. Um, if you're a centre back, who would you rather be marking? Bowen or Antonio? I mean, you feel like you can handle Bowen, keep him quiet, but I mean, Antonio is a nightmare to deal with, and
Antonio can score in any situation. So yeah. Um, but on the topic of bringing players in as well, I know it's a little bit of sidetracking, but our defense has been class or the first two matches of the season, and now it's being linked by the Fabrizio, I believe his name is pronounced, the very reliable in the know Twitter account, or a guy on Twitter, that we have agreed to terms, or we have agreed to a fee with Chelsea for Kurt Zuma, and now we're just discussing personal terms. Do you like the addition? Do you want the addition? If so, what do we do with him? Does he slot in right away for you, or what do you think?
Depends on the first part. I take all these transfer rumors with a pinch of salt, so I won't be getting my hopes up. I certainly won't be assuming it's true. I hope it's true, because I actually like Zuma a lot. And he's definitely a Moyes centre back. He's a big, strong lad. He's going to be another addition. I mean, Craig Dawson is decent on set pieces, but Zuma would be a nightmare on corners for opponents. He's really strong, really strong. He's got pace as well. He's good with the ball at his feet. So I think Zuma would be an excellent addition, but I agree with Mark English there. I don't think Moyes would just chuck him in. He doesn't tend to do that with players, even the ones he buys. So I think he'd have to sit it out on the bench initially, because I think Moyes likes to get likes them to be training with the team for a little while before he puts them in. He likes them to get used to the system, get used to his teammates, get used to how Moyes wants him to do things, and then when he feels like he's up to speed, then he'll start introducing him, and work him into the team. So Zuma would be a starter, no question, but probably just not immediately. But I think Zuma would be an excellent addition. I really do. For our level, which is Europa League and top 10 Premier
Yeah,
League,
and pushing
top
for
six.
more.
I think he would be really top class for us. I really do. So I hope it gets done. because I think Zuma would be really, really good. I'd be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, and I mean it goes again. I mean, watching this or this team tonight, this team could be something special, but it needs those reinforcements just in case or for when injuries come up, not if they come up. This game is all about when injuries come up, being able to tap in into the depth of your bench. So we need to bring in players in the last 8 days.
Yeah,
So
and I think we will. I think we will. I think we'll get some business done. Um, yeah, I think three CBs depends on the opponents and what you want to do
yeah,
tactically, but yeah, Zuma over Dawson, like I said, would happen. Um, Eventually, but not immediately. Like I said, Moyes likes to integrate players into the squad first, get them used to the system and his tactics and how he wants them to operate. So, and yes, fresh fielder, Limna Kaboo. Hate to say it, but yes, they are all Ireland champions. Um, but
I was gonna say I didn't put it up on the screen just because I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if it was a player or what it was.
no, it's Irish. Limerick is Irish for Limerick. Uh, Abu is basically just go Limerick.
Oh,
So they won the All Ireland hurling title yesterday. They beat Cork handsomely. So so that's what that's about. Chris, just to clear that up. Um, but yeah, but just to because we are sidetracking now away from the game. But just another thing I have to talk about, and I hope Charlie Boy is still in here with us because my boy, my boy Fornells is a fucking baller, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. And if there are people among our fan base who are still down on Fornells, who still don't rate him, still don't think he's all that good, like, what are you watching? You're wrong. Fornells is absolute quality. He is absolutely brilliant, and he just keeps getting better. And we talked about Ben Rama, improving this season, looking really great. I think Fornells is on the same track this season. I think Fornells looks like he's stepped it up a level again. The man is just balling out. I mean, he was absolutely brilliant tonight. I think to me, he was second after Antonio for man of the match contender. I just thought Fornells was just brilliant. Benrahma was excellent, but Fornells, he's just so good, and he does so many different things. No, he's out there getting stuck in physically, putting tackles in, winning the ball back, harassing defenders and midfielders, not giving them a minute's rest, running his fucking socks off. And that's off the ball. When he's on the ball, his absolute quality, his ability to carry the ball in and around into the edge of the box, his passing range, his vision, the way he links up play, his first touch, his little flicks he can do, um, and can score. That finish was fucking superb, Chris. The way he just guided the ball past
yeah.
Schmeichel inside that far post. I mean, it was just a tremendous finish. And Fornells is my favourite player on the team. I know Declan's our kind of love child, came through the academy, and I love Declan, don't get me wrong. But
Well, yeah, I
Fornells
was
is,
going to say it's one of those things where everyone loves him, not just because of him coming through the academy like he did, but just his quality. I mean, we don't talk about him anymore because that's what he is every match or game in, game out. So it almost goes, you don't need to talk about him because he's going to be at that level.
yeah. And, I think Fornells will be right up there for contender for Hammer of the Year by the end of the season. Um, I think he's just amazing. He's a joy to watch Fornells. I love watching him play, and I always get a buzz when he does play like that because I've been fighting his corner on Twitter for a long time, Chris, and some of our fan base, we're taking a long time to warm up to him, and we're a bit harsh on him, in my opinion. So I really hope he proves them all wrong and changes their mind this season because I've had to defend him a lot on Twitter, and
Oh yeah.
so I love seeing him play like he has tonight because it just goes to show that he's just absolute quality. Again, Sofal, I'm sorry, he is right up there with the best right backs in the league. The
In the
guy is
world
just
even.
absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Had
And
another
we got him for
sensational game.
5 million. on a
5 minutes
panic
late.
buy.
Yeah, we absolutely stole them, but stole the man. Um, he's just so good. It's ridiculous. Like I think even fans of opposition teams, even the big teams, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, United fans, City fans, I think they would all say, he's the kind of player that potentially could play for us. I mean, he's that good a player. You know,
Oh yeah,
um,
and he's only 29 as well. So
yeah, he's 29. He's fine for another couple of years, no problem. But he's just brilliant, and he was superb again tonight. Like you said, I thought Soucek stepped it up as well tonight. I thought Soucek was back more like his old self. Um, Especially second half when they were down a man, you could see that Moyes had given him license to start raiding and
yeah,
getting himself in and around the box, getting forward. He was superb tonight. Cresswell again, just ageless. It's just I mean, look, Cresswell is just every season you think, is this where he's going to fall off? Is this where he hits the
he's
wall?
definitely
And
under Moyes. He's had a resurgence.
yeah, but again, Cresswell tonight, superb. The overlaps, his passing is excellent. His crossing, um, just you have to say, like when you're thinking about the whole game, was there a player under a 7? I don't think so.
No, I I don't think so. Just
No,
put
I
them.
think every player was at
No.
least a 7. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
mean, I think probably an hour in, Sayunchu probably would have been terrified of the cutout at that point. Um, the man was just traumatized. He just got bullied all night. But yeah, I thought just the entire performance. But listen, Chris, even okay, you can mitigate the second half because you say, okay, you had an extra man, and we did what we needed to do, which was dominate, and we did, and deserved to win. But even when it was 11 against 11, we were the better team. They were really not carrying any kind of threat. We were defending comfortably, and every time we won the ball back and broke, we looked dangerous. We were the ones who looked like we were going to score. So even 11 against 11, Moyes got it absolutely spot on again. Spot on again. He keeps doing this to Brendan Rodgers,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like Brendan Rodgers learns from it whatsoever.
No.
And Moyes has just got his number. It's as simple as that. Um, and I just thought the whole team tonight, like we've had far too many really bad days, Chris. As fans, as West Ham fans, over the seasons, where it's been hard to watch and it's been depressing, and we've been angry at what we're seeing, and we've seen some awful stuff. And wasn't it just a joy to be able to sit back and watch a West Ham team play like that? And just
Oh yeah.
really enjoy it and just get that buzz of seeing us on worldwide television. It's the Premier League,
Yeah, yeah.
remember?
It was televised
on
here in the
on
States.
I mean the world was watching, right? It's Monday Night Football, there's no other game. The world was watching. And to see our team, our little old West Ham, take Leicester City to the cleaners like that, and to perform like that, I mean, it increases our profile. There's no question. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
if you're
sure.
talking about wanting to try and sign players between now and the end of the season, anyone who watched that game tonight, a player who's linked with West Ham or that we go in for, given that we also have Europa League, must be thinking, fuck yeah, I can play on this team.
Yeah,
I can go play in this team. I really like what I've seen here.
yeah,
I could join that team. So it won't do us any harm, going trying to sign players. They're going to want to come and play for us.
yeah. We're gonna start wrapping it up here. What Tommy and I have kind of been talking about is trying to keep these shows a little bit shorter from now on, moving forward, just so that way it's just not rambling. As well as for those watching it back later, it's a little bit more digestible than an hour show would be.
Yeah. Plus,
But
we tended to not talk about the game enough and get
yeah,
sidetracked onto other West Ham stuff that was nothing to do with the actual game itself. So we're cutting all that out and we're just talking about the game, and that's all. Um, we're just talking about the game, then that's it. We'll keep it
yeah,
to 30 odd minutes.
yeah.
Um, and
So
you know,
so I'm
oh,
gonna bring up.
also just before we go, I have to say as well, hopefully now that shuts fucking people up who were on about, we had a great season last season because the fans weren't
I was
putting
just about to
pressure on
say that.
and causing a. Yeah, plenty of fans in there tonight. Atmosphere was amazing. They were 100% behind the team. Team performed brilliantly. Last season was nothing to do with the fans not pressuring the players so they could perform better. They were superb tonight. So were the fans. So anyone who said that can stick that in their pipe and
Yeah.
smoke it.
One thing I'm going to say is Tommy and I still need to talk about it. Obviously, the Europa League draw is this week. I believe it's on Thursday. We're going to have to talk about figuring out if we can do it, if it's doable or not, trying to stream it. That's going to be something we talk about over the next few days. We'll be tweeting it out on probably our respective Twitter accounts as well as potentially the American Hammers Twitter account once we figure all out the details about that. So look forward to that. So yeah, and I don't know off the top of my head who we have next or when we play next, but I know that we're going to kick.
We're at home to Palace.
Home to Palace. Is it Friday? Father Snowman.
Home to Palace on Saturday.
No. I mean the Europa League.
The draws on Friday. Yeah, 27th.
Okay, I thought it was Thursday. Alrighty then. But if you guys want to, for those of you who are not at the beginning of the show, we do have a new intro outro, so you will be seeing that here in a second. I can't say we worked hard on it because it was purchased, but I think it is a great intro outro video. But then we will be back here Saturday.
So keep an eye out, guys. We're going to put it on Twitter. Me and Chris are going to see if we can live stream the draw. Now we'll be watching the draw and reacting to it.
We obviously for copyright reasons we can't actually live stream.
We can't actually show you the draw physically, but we'll react to the draw. We'll tell you who's coming out of the pot. You guys will probably be in the live streams watching it on your screens anyway, and we can all react, to what we're seeing, to what teams we get, and how the group looks. And it's going to be really exciting. I hope we can do it. I have to talk very, very nicely to my boss.
Fortunately, I'm virtual now, so it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah, I take the bookings. So I'll be trying to shove everyone into like Wednesday and Thursday and have the place like just dead on Friday, so I can have
there you go.
So we can do the draw. So I believe it's midday our time, Chris. So a little bit of an early one for you, but
it's 7 a.m. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but you've had worse West Ham games.
Yeah.
So
my family are going to be annoyed by me streaming, but they can deal with it.
Yeah, but we'll let you guys know if my boss is going to be nice to me or not. So and we can do. I'd love to do the draw live here, and we can all have you guys in the live chat, and we can all react to what the group will get.
But yeah, until Friday, or at the bare minimum Saturday. Come on, you Irons.
We are top of the league. So we are top of the league.